What if a city like Sparta appeared today? Would you agree to live by its laws? Brutal trials from birth, absolute equality, lives devoted to a higher ideal? Or is the legend of Sparta just a beautiful story, unfit for our reality? Let's figure it out together. When people hear Spartan, they picture toughness, grit, and zero luxury. That word comes straight from the real Spartans, ancient Greek warriors who turned hardship into a lifestyle. But how much of what we think about them is real history? Were they really the ultimate badasses we see in movies, video games, and comics? Let's set the record straight and learn what life in Sparta was really like. Forget city walls. Spartans believed bravery meant standing tall, not hiding behind stone. Geography helped. Their city was tucked into a mountain valley, tough to invade even without walls. Still, their message was clear: be strong, be prepared, and never depend on defenses. Legend says every newborn was inspected by elders, only the strong stayed. From a young age, boys went off to tough military-style schools, living together in barracks. Their upbringing was all about survival, tough diets, harsh training, and stealing food if you had to. That wasn't just tolerated, it was a lesson: adapt or fail. These kids grew up ready for anything. The famous 300 Spartans at Thermopylae didn't just happen by accident. It was a culture built on raising survivors. When the Persian messenger claimed their arrows would blot out the sun, a Spartan shot back, "Great, we'll fight in the shade." From birth, every Spartan's destiny was measured by the city's elders. Not every baby passed. Those deemed weak faced abandonment in the mountains, a sacrifice for the city's survival. The needs of the community went above those of any individual. Would you have passed? Spartans didn't care for wealth or showing off. They made decisions as a group, living for battle above all. A man only got a grave marker if he died victorious in battle. For women, the only equal was dying in childbirth, giving life to more Spartan warriors. Girls were raised with the same fierce pride. They ran, exercised, and wore chitons that showed their legs, a big deal in ancient Greece. Spartan wives saw men off to battle with, "Come back with your shield," or "on it." That wasn't cold, it was pride and support for a society founded on resilience. Mothers gave tough love too. One story, a boy asked how to use his short sword. "Take one step closer," his mom replied. Outsiders teased Sparta for having women that ruled over men. Queens snapped back, "Of course, we're the only ones who give birth to warriors." From birth, every Spartan's destiny was measured by the city's elders. Not every baby passed. Those deemed weak faced abandonment in the mountains, a sacrifice for the city's survival. The needs of the community went above those of any individual. Would you have passed? Spartans didn't care for wealth or showing off. They made decisions as a group, living for battle above all. A man only got a grave marker if he died victorious in battle. For women, the only equal was dying in childbirth, giving life to more Spartan warriors. Girls were raised with the same fierce pride. They ran, exercised, and wore chitons that showed their legs, a big deal in ancient Greece. Spartan wives saw men off to battle with, "Come back with your shield," or "on it." That wasn't cold, it was pride and support for a society founded on resilience. Mothers gave tough love too. One story, a boy asked how to use his short sword. "Take one step closer," his mom replied. Outsiders teased Sparta for having women that ruled over men. Queens snapped back, "Of course, we're the only ones who give birth to warriors." Spartan women were different from any in Greece. Running, training, competing, owning land. Cyniska, first woman to win at the Olympics in the men's chariot race, only in Sparta. Other Greeks thought Spartans were simple and blunt, maybe even crude. Their replies were famously laconic, just a few sharp words, always landing the punch. When Philip of Macedon threatened, they responded with one word: if. For more than 2,000 years, this attitude has inspired stories, movies, and motivational speakers. The Spartan mirage is what some historians call it, the blurry line between legend and fact. Strangely, the Spartans left little writing. Almost everything comes from outsiders, sometimes exaggerated. Sparta sat in Laconia, southern Greece. By the 8th century BCE, it was powerful. By the 6th, it peaked, defeated Persians and Athenians in the 5th, and became part of Rome in the end. Today, it's a sleepy town of ruins, but once everyone knew its name. Unlike most Greek cities, Sparta had 2 kings and a council of elders. True power lay with the freeborn Spartan citizens, the Spartiates, a proud few. Society split into Spartiates, full citizen warriors, Perioeci, free residents handling trade and crafts, and Helots, state-owned serfs. Spartiates didn't farm or trade, they fought. Helots farmed, Perioeci did business. Forget getting rich in Sparta. They used ugly iron coins, no gold or silver hoarding. Still, they'd spend on weapons, horses, or Olympic glory, for Sparta's name, never their own. Boys trained from age 7 in the harsh agoge. The mission: unity, resilience, skill. Comfort? Not a chance. They lived outdoors, starved, fought, and rarely saw their families. The best joined the Crypteia, secret teams to keep Helots in line and stay sharp. The lesson: learn to lead and show no mercy outside the circle. Girls were educated too, reading, writing, sports, and music. Later, women owned about 1/3 of the city's land, especially as endless wars thinned the ranks of men. Marriage came late by Greek standards, healthier kids. Spartan women could inherit property, speak their minds, and sometimes press cases before the assembly. When asked why Spartan women rule men, Queen Gorgo said, "Because we are the only women who give birth to warriors." Spartans lost battles too. The myth of invincibility is just a myth. Their discipline, though, legendary. At Thermopylae, Leonidas picked only men who were fathers. Sparta's bloodline would survive even in defeat. Their phrase, "with your shield or on it," meant the shield protected everyone in line. To drop it put the whole unit at risk. Helots, a majority, were tied to Spartan land and compelled to hand over most of their crops. Each year, the youth in the Crypteia would strike terror, keeping Helots in place through stealth and violence. From time to time, the Helots rose up, always a risk. After the earthquake of 464 BCE, Spartans barely survived a massive Helot revolt, a reminder their system was balanced on a powder keg. Despite everything, Helots formed tight family and community bonds, sometimes fighting alongside Spartans when the need was desperate. Spartan women lived radically different lives than most in the ancient world. By the 4th century BCE, women owned up to 1/3 of land and property. Girls ate as well as boys and trained for sports. Winning brought real fame. Siniska, Olympic champion, became legendary. Marriage was late, and women could own property, shape alliances, and sometimes influence public policy. Spartan mothers raised children tough, backbone of the whole city. Life was structured and communal. Spartan men dined together in cisteia, mess halls, sharing simple food like barley porridge and the infamous black broth. Attendance mattered, missing it cost citizenship. Homes were practical, spare. Excess was discouraged. Festivals honored Artemis and Apollo. Boys proved their toughness with staged whippings. Music and dance were key, blending art with discipline. At the Artemis Orthia festival, boys raced to snatch cheese from the altar, while priests whipped them. Pain endurance was cheered, a true Spartan tradition. As wealth shifted to the few, Sparta's equality faded. Numbers fell, reality replaced myth. Romans came later, curious how real Spartans lived.
but the true city had slipped into legend. Still, the legend endures. Whenever anyone strips away luxury to find strength, pushes for equality, or stands up for their team, they channel a bit of Sparta. No excuses, only courage, only Sparta. Which Spartan law or tradition inspires you? Would you send your child to the agoge? What do you value, Spartan resilience, equality, or brotherhood? Share your thoughts below. Is the Spartan myth harsh or inspiring? Let's discuss.